Good morning, my friends. This is Raul Torres. We are now live right here in our office located on Holly Road here in Corpus Christi. Running a couple of minutes late. Thank you so much for your patience. We'll get started right away. First, we want to play our classic #1 hit from 1970. You got it right. It is Bachman Turner Overdrive and their #1 hit. You know it. Taking care of business. Folks, thanks for watching today. We'll get started. In just a few seconds, we got to get this intro because it gets everything hyped up, ready to go for this week's edition of Let's Talk. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. We're going to take care of your business. We're going to give you the information you need to rock in your small business right now. All right. Thank you. We're going to get started. Let's count it down now. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our podcast. I'm your host, Raul Torres. Been doing this for over 32 years, and it is an honor to be here. Let's go. Please. All right. That's right. Listen, if you got 9 seconds to go get your cup of coffee. We'll get started. 6. There you go. Ready? Go. Welcome to our show. It is an honor and a blessing to be with you once again. I'm your host, Raul Torres, and it is a blessing to be here. God is good. God is great. And we're going to talk today about something that every small business owner needs to understand to run a great business. And of course, to have less stress. Today's topic is something that many people don't talk about, but I'm not many people. I'm going to talk about it because I think it needs to be said. Small business owners need to understand and learn how to operate their small business in a way that gives them the privilege to keep more of their hard-earned money and to do it with less stress and by working less. How about that? That's the goal, ladies and gentlemen. That's the goal. Welcome to our show. Let's talk. This week we're going to talk about our #1 topic for the week is going to be cash flow strategies that especially are critically important to seasonal and variable income small business owners. That you operate year-round, but those times of the year when you just know, oh, here it goes again. We're going to struggle for the next 30 days, 45 days, 50 days, whatever. All right, so we're going to talk about this. And this also may apply to a lot of small business owners who do business with companies and government entities that will take 45, 60, 90 days to pay you, even though you've already done the work. So listen up, get your notes ready. If any of you would like the notes to today's broadcast, a summary, an executive summary I put together, all you got to do is drop your name in Messenger or drop your name right there in our feed as you're watching the show and give us your name and your email, or just give us your name and we can send it via Messenger to your box, messenger box. Be happy to do that. We want to empower people with information. We want to help people be more successful. You know, there's no reason why in America anyone who works hard cannot be more successful. If you work hard, you learn, and you apply the things that are fundamentally critical to whatever type of business you're running. But you got to be willing to change this. This right here is so important. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me move this little box right here a little bit different so I can see. Let me move this over here, and I can move this over here. All right, let's get going. All right, small business strategies that help people that struggle financially at times during the year. Look, whether you're a medical practice, a retail store, a restaurant, real estate investor, or any other type of service or business, today's episode can help you run a more efficient, more profitable business with less stress. All right, first thing we got to understand is this. There is a difference between cash flow and profit. They're not the same thing. Say that to yourself. Cash flow and profit are not the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you must learn, we all must learn that lesson. They're not the same thing. Most of us that are smart have someone, and not ourselves, prepare our profit and loss every month so we can see the flow of income coming in and the expenses going up. But that doesn't tell the whole story, because it doesn't tell us about cash flow. It only tells us about net income. And while that is very important, without question, every small business owner should be doing that at least once a month. Cash flow is even more important. All right. You know, too many people have our accountant say, well, my accountant told me I'm profitable. I'm paying taxes to the government. But have they ever asked, do you have any money? How much money do you have? You know, profit and cash are not the same. Profit is calculating using accounting rules. Well, at least I hope your bookkeeper uses accounting rules. Because I've seen a lot of bookkeepers that don't use fundamental rules. They just use whatever rules they have. But that, besides the point, are they using accounting rules? Cash flow measures how much money actually moves in and out of your business. Money, dollars, dinero, right? Here's an example. Let's suppose you completed a $50,000 project. You invoice the customer. You receive a check for $50,000. Looks great on paper, right? Absolutely. Except what? Well, I'm sorry, let me take a step back. You invoice the customer. You know you're going to get that check, but this particular company is going to take 3 months to send you the check. Looks great. You book an invoice into your accounting system, and now you just have to wait. Twiddle your fingers and wait. Meanwhile, payroll is coming up on Friday. Your vehicle note for the bank wants to get paid. Sales tax is due on the 20th. Your insurance premium is coming up on the 15th. Yeah, you made a profit, but how are you going to pay payroll, rent, insurance, sales tax, payroll tax, payroll? How are you going to pay up for all of that when you don't have cash? I've seen this happen way too many times. I've lived it more times than I care to remind myself. It is a difficult time to have when you're out of cash. Look, one of the favorite sayings I've heard is revenue is vanity. Profit is sanity. But cash flow is reality. All right. So now we know they're not the same thing. Cash flow, profit are not the same thing. All right. Let me share with you some ideas or reasons why businesses struggle. Let's look at some examples, such as landscape companies or swimming pool contractors or Christmas retailers or tourism businesses or fishing guides or farmers or tax preparation firms. These businesses often earn most of their annual revenue in a few short months. The biggest mistake? Spending money during that busy season like it's never going to end. They don't prepare for the times when they're going to shut down or a business is going to slow down considerably. That's a critical error that they make. Instead, the busy season should fund the slow season. You should build out a plan that shows how much cash you're going to need when it slows down. You should build out a plan how much cash you're going to need to pay for the bills at home, for the bills at the office, or bills at the business. You need to do that, and most people don't. Remember, this money that you're earning during this high peak, when money's rolling into your business, that money's got to last you much longer than that period of time where the money rolls in, right? You still got to make payroll. You still got to pay rent. You still got to pay for your marketing taxes. You still got to pay for all your loans or your to all your lenders. You got to pay for the whole year. And successful businesses, and I had to teach myself this, successful businesses always think 12, 24 months ahead. 12, 24 months ahead. They are constantly thinking, what is that going to look like? What am I going to need? How am I going to make it happen? All right. Let's talk about those businesses that are variable. Some businesses don't have season. I remember when I was a Liberty Tax franchise, we had our tax season, right? It was January through April. And then from April the 16th, roughly April the 30th, till the end of December, it was like a 99% drop in business, right? Other businesses have variable seasons. It fluctuates, like construction, consulting, legal offices, CPA firms, the real estate brokers. Sometimes you're in a hot streak and business is coming in well, and then all of a sudden the bottom falls out and you're not busy anymore. 1 month you can be doing really, really well, and the next month you're doing 10% of what you did the previous month. The problem isn't revenue. The problem is it's unpredictable. And I understand that. I've lived that one too many times. Right? So again, the unpredictability means that owners should build a business that can survive during slower months without panicking or stressing out. That's the key. And in order to do that, these types of business owners have to plan, have to execute the plan. All of us need help sooner or later. So if you're a small business owner that struggles with cash flows, or you struggle with variable or unpredictable revenue streams, there's no shame in asking a professional, can you help me be better prepared? We can do that. All right. Here are some strategies that can help many people. Remember, not every strategy applies to everybody, but these strategies can help many of us out there that are in business. Number one strategy. Number one, build a cash reserve. No less than 3 months. Optimal would be 6. What do I mean by a cash reserve? I mean, you calculate your monthly expenses for opening the office or keeping the business open. What does it cost for 1 month? If nobody walks in the door, if the phone never rings, if nobody sends you an email, nobody's interested, how much will it cost to support the business? You got to know that number. That's the first thing. Build a cash reserve from that. Everybody may have to start really small. I often tell my clients who don't have any kind of retirement, start small. Start with $20 a week. Start with $10 a week. But start. You can't arrive until you start the journey. Same thing with business. If we're going to build a cash reserve, we got to start somewhere. And the best way I have learned how to do it is put it on autopilot. We can show you how to do that. It's not rocket science, but it works. It works. It works. It works every time. All right. So set up cash reserves. Strategy number 2. You got to know your business. What am I going to need this week to pay the bills? Don't look at it just from a monthly perspective. Look at it from a weekly perspective. What do I need to pay the bills this week? You got to know, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you need help, we can help you Identify what that number is. And so every Monday, you got to know this week I'm going to need $10,000 or $3,000. How much money do I have in the bank? How much do I think my payments are coming in? What bills are due this week? Is this week a week of payroll? Are there taxes due? Is it sales tax week? Is it payroll tax month, time of the month, right? Do I have to pay any bills, my vendor invoices, assuming you have credit with vendors? Are they due this week? If you forecast only 1 week ahead, you can solve a lot of your big problems. But don't wait till Thursday afternoon to figure out, hey, where am I going to get the money for payroll? That's the wrong time, ladies and gentlemen. You're stressing out. You get old fast. So strategy number 2, forecast your cash a week in advance. Strategy number 1, build a cash reserve. Strategy number 2, forecast your cash weekly, not just monthly. Number three, and this is where a lot of small business owners really drop the ball. You must work your account receivables. If you do any kind of invoicing, you got to make sure you get paid. There's just no other way around it. As they say, the squeaky wheel gets the attention. So consider who's going to handle those receivables. Are you going to source it out? You're going to do it yourself? But the faster you collect, the healthier your business becomes. Sales don't pay bills, ladies and gentlemen. Say that to yourself. Sales do not pay bills. Cash does. Collections of cash, payments does, or credit card payments. That pays the bills. And so somebody needs to stay on top of that. Someone in your organization. And for right now, it might be you. But my friend, I have to tell you something. If you're going to grow your business, if you want to achieve a dream, you're going to have to eventually let someone else do that for you. You can't keep doing it yourself. It takes time. And while that is important, business owners have so many other things they need to do that are just as important. Number 4. Everybody knows this. I'm not going to say it's a great idea that I came up with, but it's the truth. We got to control our expenses. And you got to know which are your biggest expenses. And for most businesses, the number 2 expenses are either cost of materials, if they're selling a product, or payroll. Those are your 2 biggest costs in most cases. If you're a restaurant, boy, that is definitely your 2 biggest costs. You're looking at 60 to 75% of your total costs just in payroll and food and paper costs and beverage costs. All right? So control your payroll. Don't let overtime happen. Don't buy more merchandise than you need. For example, I had a client some years ago. He would buy granite, and it would just sit in the yard. I mean, we're talking $150,000, $200,000 of granite just sitting there, doing absolutely nothing. He had inventory, but cash, he was out of cash, right? He was out of cash. Every dollar we don't spend improves cash flow. While you may have a lot of money at the bank on Monday, chances are by Friday it's all gone. So again, looking ahead is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take a quick break. Thank you for watching Let's Talk. It's great to be here with you. I'm Raul Torres. I've been a CPA here, also a registered financial consultant. I've been a registered financial representative. I've been a state rep. I'm an insurance agent. I have a broad scope of experience, and it's been a fun ride. God has been really good, and I'm so thankful and blessed to have family and friends and staff that are just absolutely amazing. Absolutely. The world's best. I am so honored that I get to work with such great people. And so if you're looking for a CPA firm that will give you not just the basics, but will give you exactly what you need, the right medicine to solve your business challenges and give you a leg up to start moving that business in the direction that we all would like our business to go, which is up. Give us a call. We offer a free consultation. And if you're a small business and you are paying taxes to the IRS, and if you're making over 40,000, chances are you're paying more than you need to. There is an answer to all of our tax dilemmas. I should know. Been there, done that way too many times. All right, let me get back to the show. Thank you for listening. Another strategy, number 5, plan for taxes all year. One of the biggest cash flow surprises we have is taxes. Sales tax, payroll tax. Every month they come, in most cases, for most people. Taxes need to be planned. You got to meet with your CPA or your tax professional or your advisor. You got to estimate your income tax, or you got to figure out a way not to legally pay them. You got to pay your payroll taxes. Don't get behind on payroll taxes, friend. That is one heck of an expensive loan you're taking from the IRS. Don't recommend that. Right? Tax planning shouldn't begin when it's time to file your taxes. Don't walk into your bookkeeper or tax preparer office and say, here's my taxes, and then throw a fit why you owe the IRS 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, $100,000. Don't blame them. That's on you. But here's the beauty of it. You can solve that problem today if you're talking to the right people. It's not rocket science. It isn't. And it's satisfying, helping people reduce their taxes 50, 60, 70, 80, 130,000. It is so freaking exciting that we're able to do that. And you can do it too. But just don't sit there waiting for it to happen. You got to make it happen. All right. But it don't start when you file taxes. It starts way before that. Right? It starts way before that. Proactive tax planning helps avoid surprises. The strategies are there. All you got to do is talk to the right people. All right, strategy number 6, diversify. Businesses with multiple revenue streams are able to weather and support slower periods of their core business. For example, if you are a plumber or if you are an AC, HVAC contractor, selling monthly service agreements is not a bad idea. Getting them to say, okay, I'll send you $50 a month or $30 a month, and then you're going to come to my house and provide me a free service review or a inspection. Great idea. Why not? I just signed one with my HVAC company. It's a great idea. I don't mind it at all. Right? So think about that. Or maybe you're a repair company. Sell some maintenance contract. Or maybe you sell some things that people like to buy that come in groups or sets. Sell them a subscription or something. Or maybe you're an attorney, or maybe you're a CPA, or maybe you're other type of professional that people hire you and you anticipate it's going to take some time, charge a retainer fee. I mean, we started charging retainer fees a long time ago because what we found out back in the early days is people would hire you and they'd ask you to do all this work, but a percentage of them walk away as if they never even asked you to help them. And they would leave you holding the bag empty. Yeah. And once we start charging retainers, not so. It doesn't happen anymore. All right. Or maybe you sell memberships. So whatever. The point is find other ways to add additional revenue apart from your main business. Okay. So we talked about 6 strategies, things that you can do to help support your business during slow periods of time or variable cash flow periods of time, right? All right. So that's important. So as we wrap up, let me say this, cash flow management isn't something you only do when money gets tight. Cash flow management is a daily discipline. It's a weekly observance. It is a monthly target because it all gets condensed into a daily activity. Remember these key principles. There is a difference between cash flow and profit. Building cash reserves help you support unexpected moments or challenges. Forecasting weekly is always so much better than monthly. And even though monthly is important, collect your receivables, your ARs. Somebody's got to do it, and they got to do it quickly. Don't let them sit on the table for very long. Any receivable that is longer than 60 days gets harder and harder to collect. That's just the way the science works. Controlling expenses, even when you have plenty of money, is very smart because a dollar not spent improves cash flow. And plan for your taxes throughout the year. You know your sales tax is coming up. You know your payroll tax is coming up. Why are you spending that money? You know it's not yours. I know it's not mine. I got to pay it because it's an expensive loan if we don't pay the comptroller or we don't pay the IRS. And look for ideas. How do I improve additional revenue streams coming into the business? What other things can I do? And once you start thinking about this more broader, you'll start thinking of things that maybe will put you in the forefront of your industry right here in the area where you live. Businesses that master cash flow are positioned to seize opportunities better than businesses that struggle with cash, especially when times get slow. And your business will always grow with confidence because you know you can manage the growth because you're healthy with cash. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't life exciting for all of us? Especially those of you that have the courage to have a small business. Yes, I've been there, done that, been doing it for 32 years. God has been very good. Very, very good. Our success is all contributed to Him. Everything we do is for Him. We'll do our best, but still, He's been so good. Open doors for us. Just was only a dream. 20 years ago, we dreamed of having our own office, and here we are now, finally in our own office here at 3046 Holly Road in Corpus Christi. It's just a dream come true, and He made it happen. And you can make it happen for yourself. You can. But I learned so much during these difficult early years. All the mistakes I made, all the mistakes I saw clients make, I learned from that, and I adapted. I changed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Let's Talk, and thank you for being a regular. Thank you for helping our business grow, and thank you for helping your business grow. Thank you for hiring people that need work, and thank you for having the courage to go out there and work your dream. If you'd like us to review your cash flow, problems, or challenges, if you like a free consultation, you want us to review your tax return, we can find where you're leaking cash that you can keep for yourself. We can help 99 or 98% of the people. I'm certain of that. And it's a free review. So call us today, 361-854-0822. Call us, Raul Torres CPA PC. We're right here in Corpus Christi. Call us, 361-854-0822. And let's get together and let's see what we can do to help you keep more of your money, pay less federal taxes, and love what you're doing even more than what you already do. Thank you again. I'm Raul Torres. Thank you for watching this week's edition of Let's Talk. Have a great rest of the day, and of course, have a great rest of the week. God is good. Take care, my friends.